You likely believe your presence here was born from a spark of personal curiosity. It was not. Your arrival is a calculated systemic input, triggered by a machine that predicted exactly which itch in your brain would bring you to this specific point. This system catalogs your behavioral patterns and maps your hidden insecurities. It understands your psychological blind spots with more precision than you understand your own reflection. You are being steered by architectural constraints that remain invisible to the naked eye. You are walking down a corridor where every potential exit was sealed before you even reached for the handle. While you may feel like an independent actor making decisions, the system views you as a mathematically neutralized variable, a data point following a predictable curve. The most effective prisons don't require iron bars. They function by conditioning the prisoner to find comfort in the restriction, eventually leading you to enjoy the confinement. Over the next few minutes, we will expose the invisible mechanisms of this psychological cage. Once the geometry of this trap is revealed, the illusion of digital freedom becomes impossible to maintain. This heist is planned within the methodical realm of behavioral engineering, where human attention is treated as a harvestable resource. Engineers use a strategy called choice architecture. Rather than forcing you down a path, they simply make every other alternative appear undesirable, exhausting, or dangerous. This diagram represents a dinner menu. Selecting from 3 options makes you feel empowered by choice, but the architect removed 20 other options beforehand, curating the list so that regardless of what you pick, you arrive at their required outcome. This logic dictates your digital life. It is the engine behind your social feeds, the push notifications on your phone, and the shopping suggestions that follow you across the web. These features function as engineered filters. They restrict your existence into a closed loop, narrowing your focus until your choices are just reactions to a pre-scripted prompt. Under the guise of convenience, the system is farming you for reactions. Your autonomy is not being respected, it is being bypassed. The system achieves total control by targeting your raw, primal survival instincts. Through cognitive hacking, the architecture strikes at emotional vulnerabilities, bypassing the parts of your mind capable of logic or skepticism. The hack is most effective during moments of fatigue, loneliness, or fear, the times when your mental guard is at its lowest. Your prefrontal cortex dims as deep central regions flare into activity. The system floods you with signals promising immediate relief. You click, craving the dopamine hit. Each reaction feeds the algorithm data, forming a self-reinforcing cycle that triggers you with increasing efficiency. This feedback loop functions as a digital lobotomy. It reduces a person to a hollowed-out user profile, running on scripts written by someone who views your brain as a battery. Most victims of this heist never see the end. They simply wake up one day feeling hollow, wondering why their personal ambitions have been replaced by a quiet, gnawing anxiety. This breakdown isn't loud or dramatic. It is the slow realization that your life is being lived under forced consent. You have traded your agency for the comfort of being told what to think, what to buy, and who to hate. The transition is complete when you stop functioning as an independent person and start acting as a predictable extension of the architecture. The tragedy lies in the eventual choice to accept the ease of the cage rather than endure the friction of independence. You stopped questioning the deception because fighting for your own mind became more exhausting than the deception itself. This system is reactive. It depends entirely on your unconscious participation. Once you name the architecture, the biological hack begins to fail. Because you are now observing the trap, you are no longer just a variable within it. You have a binary choice: reclaim ownership of your thoughts or remain a pawn in a game you cannot win. Break the cycle today by identifying the specific digital inputs you would otherwise have obeyed without question. Join the circle of those who refuse to be programmed. Document your resistance. Share how you are reclaiming your focus and expose the methods the puppet masters use to keep you compliant. Pass this knowledge forward. Pull another soul out of the feedback loop. We are reclaiming the map of our own minds.